The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome into the Wicked Weed Studio. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. Check out our friends at wickedweedbrewing.com. Wicked Weed Brewing, drink different. 7-round mock draft for the Carolina Panthers. This is the team closest to our home studios here in Asheville, North Carolina. And we're gonna do something with the Carolina Panthers here that we have been pounding over and over. Hey, there you go. Keep pounding. Keep pounding. Keep pounding. Trade up in this draft. Get Penei Sewell. Somebody has to do it. It might as well be the Carolina Panthers.
I have Carolina doing it. They give up 8 and 73 to get up to 6. They get 156 back as well. Miami wants to trade down. They're, for whatever reason, not taking Penei Sewell. Carolina needs to. This would be a tremendous pick for them. Great blindside protector for Sam Darnold. Here's the crazy thing about him. He's not even 21 years old yet. Mm-hmm. He can't have a beer in a bar on draft night. And he was dominating the Pac-12 2 years ago. The opt-out has obviously hurt him, but I think it's stupid. I had him as the third best prospect in this draft behind Trevor Lawrence and Kyle Pitts. Mm-hmm. This is a franchise left tackle to me, no doubt.
He has all of the tools. He has the size. He has the agility. I love him. I think he is a no doubt home run pick for anybody who's going to take him, because I foresee this guy end up being in Hall of Fame discussions 10 years from now. Absolutely. So, Carolina Panthers, please, 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 Scott Fitterer, trade up and make this happen. That offensive line I've been pounding for years. You got to make it happen.
Protect my boy Sam. We couldn't do it. I need you to.
You also need to give Sam a tight end that he can throw to. So in the second round with the 39th overall pick, Hunter Long, the tight end out of Boston College, Jeremy's tight end boyfriend in this draft.
Oh, I love Hunter Long. People call Pat Freiermuth Baby Gronk. No, they shouldn't, because it's Hunter Long. Hunter Long is going to be the best tight end in this draft class, not named Kyle Pitts. This guy was a touchdown machine, red zone target machine. And he was one of 2 receivers on the whole team. I mean, that's the crazy part of this, is that we all knew where they were going in the red zone. Didn't matter. Mm-hmm. He's that good. I mean, this, to me, is one of my favorite players in this draft. He was the tight end on the Chase Claypool 6 to midnight team. And I didn't even think about it. There's no doubt. This is the guy. And now the industry seems to have caught up to me. I understand he's not crazy athletic, but he's crazy talented.
Panthers gave up the third rounder in the trade to get up to Penei Sewell. So next on the board, 113 in the 4th round, Nico Collins, wide receiver out of Michigan.
I love the physical on him, the tapes. What bothers me? There were a lot of times he was just freaking irrelevant. But you know how I feel about Nico Collins? Exactly how I felt about Donovan Peoples-Jones last year. He's going to get away from John Harbaugh, and he's going to be a better pro than he was college player.
Mm-hmm. Well, he never had a quarterback. So.
Yeah. Is that not how you felt about Donovan Peoples-Jones after a year in Cleveland? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. If you want to know how I feel about Nico Collins, go back and watch my tapes from last year on Donovan Peoples-Jones, because I look at him the same way. These are physical freaks of nature that once they get to a legitimate coaching staff, which I think Joe Brady and Matt Rule is, ooh, that's never a good sign when I say the coordinator first. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
And I think he'll be a really good pro. 6'4", 220, very physical. You know, the tape, he was never physically imposing, and he never had a quarterback throwing to him that will ever be drafted anywhere. I mean, a couple of them might have been drafted in the baseball draft. They're not going to get drafted to play football ever.
I'm going to take this opportunity to give a shout out to one of my favorite Carolina Panthers super fans, Captain Kuechly. He'll be excited. He dresses up like Captain America. So since they're taking Chris Evans, the running back out of Michigan, with 151 overall, I think Captain Kuechly will be pretty pleased about that.
I mean, here's the thing. This is a guy that the production declined every year. Wasn't particularly good this past year in Michigan. I mean, he only had 16 attempts.
You're not selling me.
He played 6 games. He fell out of favor with Jim Harbaugh. I can't tell you why. He's not overly athletic. I'll tell you who he reminds me of. He reminds me of a less athletic version of David Montgomery. And I think he can be maybe not that good in the NFL. Mm-hmm. He can be a hell of a change of pace back with Christian McCaffrey. I just said this with Nico Collins. I'm going to say it again with Chris Evans. I don't think Jim Harbaugh's a very good coach. And I think athletic, offensive talent goes to Michigan to die. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a lot of people like me that watch the tape on Chris Evans and go, oh, you didn't know how to use him. You didn't have a quarterback, so they stacked boxes and it made him look bad. And then you broke his confidence. So he's going to have to get into a good offensive scheme in the NFL that will rebuild his confidence, and I think the Carolina Panthers can be that.
The second fifth-round pick picked up in the Penei Sewell deal from the Miami Dolphins at 156. Josh Myers, the center out of Ohio State. Seen a lot of good things about him. I see this as a very good value pick for the fifth round.
He has some trouble in pass protection. This is a guy that goes for the da-na-na, kill shot block. Mm-hmm. He wants to hit you with everything he's got, and he's pretty damn good at it. Problem is that he has the same problem I said with Jalen Mayfield when we talked about him with the Detroit Lions. He plays over his toes too much. The balance is not there. The technique's not there. This is a guy that's going to have to be, I'm not going to say broken down and really taught. He's going to have to learn that every play doesn't have to be, he has to live to play another day. Too many times he got beat on contact, gave up sacks. That's why he goes in the fifth round. He has third, fourth round talent, but he'll go in the fifth round because there's some ugly tape.
2 sixth-round picks for the Carolina Panthers, 193 overall. You got him taking Cameron Bynum, the cornerback out of Cal.
This is a guy that I think is going to be confined to the slot in the NFL, but he's a very good tackler. He's very good against the run. One of the best run defensive corners in this draft, and you get him in the sixth round. I don't know that he's ever going to be able to be an outside starting corner in the NFL, but I do think he can be, if you play a team that's very run heavy, this is a guy you're going to be really glad's on your team because he's good enough against the slot guy. And I'm thinking the Julian Edelmans of the world. I know he retired, but that gritty, not super athletic slot guy, he's fine against that. He is, he's got a little size. He's 6 foot tall. He's not one of the short cornerbacks in this draft, and there are a few of those. I like him in a zone heavy scheme. But I also look at him and go, that's a guy that's so good against the run that he can find a spot on damn near any team in the league.
So he can end up being a, top end for him, fourth corner on this team?
Third. I think he can be a third corner.
You think he can pass Troy Pride?
I don't know. See, this is weird for me because I was really high on Troy Pride last year. Mm-hmm. And then I think they just kind of threw him to the Wolves. He got some bad tape. Do they stick it out with him or did they try to replace him? Because Cameron Bynum's a guy that, in this division where you're seeing Alvin Kamara, you're seeing whatever Atlanta puts out there with Mike Davis and whoever they wind up drafting, and you're seeing the column of Tampa Bay running backs. Right. You need somebody that can be on the outside and be a plus against the run, and that's what I see Cameron Bynum being.
All right, another tight end coming off the board to the Carolina Panthers.
He's not a tight end.
22. He's not a tight end, so he's going to be a fullback.
He's H-back. He's that H-back type of guy.
All right, Kylan Granson out of SMU.
He's a tweener. Size-wise, he's 6'3", 235, but I don't know that he can add that much more weight. He kind of reminds me of, last year Hunter Bryant comes out of Florida Atlantic. It's kind of what he reminds me of. But this kid there are two guys in this draft that I think can ultimately be really quality Pro Bowl level H-backs. Tommy Tremble from Notre Dame and Kylan Granson from SMU. Mm-hmm. This is a guy that with as much as Carolina is going to want to run the ball, as multiple as they want to be, think of the Thaddeus Moss role at LSU with more of a I can block from the backfield element to his game.
Okay.
I think this would be a tremendous value pick for them. This is a guy that doesn't fit a lot of schemes, but I think he does fit in Carolina.
Keep pounding Carolina, and please make this happen. Please bring Penei Sewell to town to protect Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I want you to protect Sam because I want to still be able to love him and keep my Jets helmets with his signature on it. Maybe somebody will send me a Panthers logo. I'll get them repainted or something.
Again, we'll be live in the Wicked Weed studio for every pick of the NFL draft. You'll hear our instant analysis this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The 7-round mock draft for the Carolina Panthers is in the books. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene, and we're in the Wicked Weed studio. WickedWeedBrewing.com. Drink different.